fellas. Hey, you know, a lot of good stuff in this film. I mean, we should have won the game, and we play a little better as a unit, and good things will happen. And a little smarter too, right? As coaches, we have to get smarter. I always look at how I did and what I can do better for you guys. If I'm communicating correctly and all those things. And I learn an awful lot from our other coaches that we have, right? So I'm always trying to learn and get better and be more efficient, And with that said, I kind of have about, a handful of items that I'd like to go over, and just points, right? Like little points that, win those battles, and then will win the war for us at the end, right? So let's just go to 105 here. Watch this. All right, so off that play, Fuzzy, if you're here, that was a great handle by you. All right, so we got, is Dylan here? I'm not sure. But off this pass, we talk about midfield balance, guys. And I know we have some midfielders playing attack playing midi, all that type of stuff. So as a defensive coach, I'm always looking for the three guys on midfield. And are they balanced, right? If we take a shot as a midfielder on offense, where are the other two guys dropping back and stopping the break if the goalie saves it? And then where are our attackmen, right? So after this, right now we're riding, right? I would like to see Dylan. I know he's hanging out for offense, but as the guys run down the field, we've got to cover them. And we're not, right? This is a clear 5-on-4. We got Max here. They've got one. We got the other guy here, and Dylan, you're kind of lagging behind. We got to get defensive sided on this guy, get down there and create a 5-on-5 rather than a 5-on-4. The other one, Colleen, I'm not sure if you're there, but you know this, and Victor, all defensemen, this can never happen, guys. We call it, that's why I'm always saying we got to be hip to hip. Right? Colleen, you're here. This is Leighton. We always got to be hip to hip, and we cannot let him pick the ball up and get an easy clear. You should be lift checking him, and then we have another defenseman behind you, scoop and get the ball. I understand, things happen throughout the game, but we just got to pay attention to it. Max, one more point, bud. Right here, we are recognizing the situation, Max, communicating it, and then we're executing it, right? So I'd be screaming 5-on-4, box it up, but just so happens that Leighton picks it up for them and then they get the ball. But we're always communicating, guys. We're always communicating. 140. And again, guys, we did a lot of good stuff. I watched this game twice. Man, we have some strong players, some strong defensemen out there. You made some great plays. So 140.
Thanks, Coach.
Anytime, buddy.
Let's go, boys. Let's go, Getzy.
All right, this is a good, slide. Steven goes. Our call, guys, we're changing a little bit in honor of Coach Loving, and we're going to say look away instead of fire release, right? So, Steven, if you're on, or Dylan, Steven slides, you got to just yell look away to Dylan. Any midfielder on defense, if you hear look away, you got to turn and go to the crease and match up with another guy. Okay, we can't really stay on that double because we'll get caught.
Tom, can you just leave it? Tom, can you leave it right there real quick?
Yeah.
So, Bino, is that you playing the guy at X?
That's Aiden.
That's Aiden. All right. So, Aiden, not all high schools do this, but Bino, are you on here, right?
Yeah.
Like, I know Grady teaches this, right? Like, this situation right here, it's a good slide. Okay? We kind of have two guys on the ball. Like, some of you, depending on what program you play on, this pass right here to X, we want to deny that pass, right?
Absolutely.
Because like, you know, if you play like Malvern's bread and butter is they draw a slide, they throw it to X, and then they throw it to the guy popping off the crease. You know, so if you see this situation a little ahead of time where like that guy's in trouble, man, we can kind of double the ball. You want to push out on that guy so he doesn't have like that free outlet.
You know, we got Colleen and Charlie. You guys are in good position right there. You know, Aiden, you're probably just sloughed in, but that's great point, Coach. But now our calls look away. Steve, great slide. They end up getting the ball. All right, but hey, we win that little battle, right? We turn them away. Goal number 1. Switch on contact. I thought this was just a great call by them. Why not go set a pick at GLE and see what happens, right? Shorty, bring a shorty to the ball.
No, for yeah.
First goal, Cooleen's on Leighton. They bring a shorty with Max Goldstein here on defense. Set a pick a couple yards behind. Tough switch. Guys, our rule of thumb is, excuse me, Mr. Frenchie. So we switch on contact, fellas, always, right? So, Max, you want to step out and hedge there, and that's a free cross-check to Leighton, right? Like a basketball term. You step out a little bit so you can get your hands on him and force him off his line around the crease or around the goal, right? But that's what we want to do. Midfielders, all midfielders, that's what we do. We communicate. Here comes pick, we're going to switch.
30 years in that light beat. And there's some of them that can do that too. I'm not saying that.
All right.
Okay, yeah. For everyone. Yeah, that's nice. That's the profile.
Julian, this is just an awesome play. I don't know if you're on here, but you make some pretty amazing plays. All right, fast break. We cover it. Cools, you're gonna go here, cross crease, right? But our rule of thumb is you can't go until you pull Melks down, right? Midfielders, you're out there. Charlie, you're in a good spot. If Cools is gonna go, cool, you gotta pull someone down with you, right? Whoever this is, Victor, if this is you, right? And Aiden, you do a good job. You want to turn him back under and keep him at X, right? If he tries to inside roll you, we'll be there with the coma, but we cannot go with number 1 without number 2. Nothing happens. Cool, you make a nice play here. Pretty amazing, and I think we clear it. Aiden brings it up the field, little C-cut, throwback. Just watch this across the middle of the field, Aiden. But we get it up. Here's Coach Travis Young box, and we clear it.
Yeah, we're looking to go too.
Right, so with our cross crease, we can never slide without having the 2, and it's your job to have the 2, and Max. Guys, our 2 rules on defense, our main rules, we take the middle of the field away on midfield defense, we force them down the sides, and we take top side away from X. So those 2 rules are our staple, right? There's a reason we do that, because that'll help our sliding defense, but there are two rules that we live by. Goal number 2, 725. So real quick, guys, we were nine for 11 in clearing. Right? We cleared the ball 9 times out of 11 times. And the 2 times we didn't clear it, we allowed goals after we didn't clear it. We took 2 chances, throws by our goalies down the middle by the face-off X, and they got intercepted, and they went down and scored. So 9 out of 11 is not a bad number. Another thought for you is we were 5 for 11 in facing off, which wasn't as bad as I thought either. But 9 for 11, I don't know what Trav thinks, but that's pretty good numbers. But giving up 2 goals off your foul clears hurts. So here's number 2 here. So Max and our other goalies, I think, you know, the other guy from Severna Park threw one later on. But Max, obviously, we just got to be 100% with this outlet. Let me just show it. Colleen's kind of all over the field. Max, you get the ball here. I got to think you see, that's Getsy there. I got to think you see Colleen further. It just doesn't get there. Tough pass, right? Trav, I usually like it if Max makes a save and we got someone at the box running up the field. Now we can air it out and we have space before they get to midfield.
Yeah, Max, who are you throwing it to here? Are you throwing it to Colleen or are you throwing it to Getsy?
No, I think I was trying to throw it to Getsy. I think I just overthrew it.
So Getsy and like before the midfield line there?
Yeah.
I mean, that's like in general what I would say. Like I'm all about like trying to create transition and stuff. That's a tough pass right there to a pole, especially, right? You know, he's got a guy on his left and his right. I'm all about creating transition and throwing it to our poles, but you know, he's got to have some, you know, 3 steps on that dude or something like that. You know, that's just a tough pass right there.
Max, the other thing, even if you connect with him too, now he's going to be stepping over midfield and they have their defenseman right there. You know, so like just live to fight another day. Again, we all make mistakes here. Let's just learn from it. Goal number 3, Tommy boy.
Coach Slate,
Yes.
are those both poles breaking up? Are they close defenders? Are they just one an LSM and another one a close defender?
1 LSM, 1 close.
Is that what you guys do?
Coach, I'm not, you know, we like to go with the Syracuse run, you know, of old, but no, I don't. Colleen just runs up the field for some reason.
Colleen, do you remember this play at all? Like what happened there? Was it like unsettled before this and you were already breaking out? Do you remember? Is Colleen on here? I'm sorry if so, yeah, I mean, did we basically run Haverford's old clear, you know, where that midi goes in that low spot? So it's weird that Colleen's up there, but I'm not real sure what happened before.
Yeah.
Right.
Honestly,
So goal number 3, and again, guys, we're going over the goals. There's a lot of positive stuff. You know, I get excited watching this stuff, and I'm real excited that we're going to be able to come back in August this year to get you guys better. But this is just one where Tommy doesn't give up topside, or he gives up topside, and I don't know what happened, Max. I think it got tipped or something. It was like an off-speed shot. Right here. Sorry, let's see that again. So, Tom, as you know, bud, you know, you're our stud midfielder here. Let's be up on the yellow line here. If you notice, the restraining box is 20 yards. It's a red line. I don't know if the yellow line was confusing you guys at times, but that's at like 16, right? 16 yards from goal line extended. The regular restraining box is 20 yards. So, Tommy, you want to be up here on this yellow line. And I'm not sure, Max, maybe you lost it or something, but this looked like an off-speeder. Probably one we need to have back there.
Yeah, and then, like, you know, we don't have, like, scouting reports and all that craziness, but, you know, usually, you know, you can tell who's right-handed and who's left-handed, you know, so especially our approach needs to be way better on that, you know, given that guy's right-handed. You know, and I don't know, maybe you guys know a lot of these guys are Triple H guys, right? You guys all know each other. So just like moving up to the next level for high school, you know, that's the kind of stuff where you have to be like, right, I'm playing a right-hander. If he gets the ball from this spot, I'm going to have to approach it even more, taking away the middle of the field.
And Max, you know, this comes from you, bud, right? You're orchestrating this defense and trying to get the shot that you want. So, you know, I try to do it from the sidelines, but you see everything, and you should be telling Tommy boy to step up 2 or 3 steps so he forces him down to where the shot you want, right? That's where we'll start working on it with you when we warm you up and, you know, getting vocal, but it's extremely important as you get into high school. And again, guys,
sorry, Tom.
Go ahead.
Tom, like if you look at this face-off right here, this is like this is stuff that like we can't coach you every single play. All right, so this gets you right, Tom,
Yes.
on the wing.
Yep.
So as a lefty, okay, right, as a lefty, I like how Getsy's lined up, right. Right, he's got his stick in front of that guy because he's left-handed, right? And it's just like a super good way to seal that guy, right? You can almost hold him. The ref's not going to call it, right? So if it was like you, Buno, say that you were on the wing, right? Okay, maybe you get on the other side, you know, since you're right-handed, right? And you can like hold that guy from getting anywhere close to the ball. Right, that's just like little smart plays that we can't coach you every single play of the game of. Like, right, so Getsy, I like that, right?
Yeah, the other thing, you're trying to shield your guy from hitting the face-off guy. Now, I learned that the last 3 or 4 years in the Interact where you got to keep those guys healthy, right? So this is actually the play, Coach. Let's watch this face-off. I think AJ or AJ's on the other wing. Now just look at it here, right? So Steve, yeah, and I'm not picking on you at all, but you know, Melk, Steve, whoever's playing long pole, you've got to be 100% certain you're going to get to that face-off guy and check the ball out because your guy's here, right? And AJ, your guy's here. We have 3 guys going to the ball, right? This is just common sense, right? I think Coach Garling said it best with a 12 and a 6 approach. We always have to have someone back, let alone having 2 guys back. This turns into a 5-on-3, and we make a great play down the other end. But, you know, this is just common sense here. So, Steve, you don't go. You stay on 24 because you're not going to get there. And, AJ, you got to watch your guy too. Now this, to me, is a great fast break here. Defense, right? Victor, you're at point, right? We say point. Guys, this is the key. 20 yards is the red line. 16 about, correct me if I'm wrong, is the yellow. Victor, we want you 12, 11, 10. Your perfect position, right? You stop the ball, and then right away you'll see your stick get to the inside so they can't skip it, and they have to go down to the low corner. I believe maybe Aiden comes over and makes a great check. And then, Victor, you get to the pipe and run the ball out, and we get possession. So nice job all around here. That's just a nice heads-up play by the defensive unit. Now, I think we have Connor Riley pick the ball up here on a clear. I don't know how Coach Trav feels, but I'd rather have our pole pick it up and have AJ over here, right? And Connor Riley, no offense, doesn't matter. Just get upfield, right? We want to start the clear the way we clear it, right? With our long pole over here, Shorty over here, and Max right there where he's at, and everybody else set up. Watch it. So we're a little screwed up. AJ's telling Buno to get on to the other side, but Buno's saying, well, we got a midi already over there. So that's one. Let's see what happens. So Buno now goes over. Connor with his face-off stick kind of throws a bounce pass to Buno. And we get called for 10, I think. Or
It's Tom. If you guys, what I would say, like in general, when you're clearing the ball, if you run to the middle of the field, you're gonna get doubled. Okay, so like Connor Riley, you know, he wants to run to the middle of the field because he wants to get to a strong hand. I get that. Okay, but what you want to do is you want to run up the sideline, draw the double, roll back, and then clear it up the other side of the field. Okay, so just in general, you run to the middle, it usually doesn't end well.
Yeah, and if we set it up correctly, guys, it works every time. When we don't set it up, this is what happens a little bit.
Double team.
11:0. How am I doing on time here, Coach? Okay, good. So this is
I think you're sorry, Tom. I think you're. I mean, I texted Ron and I haven't heard back. So, take your time. I'm sure he had something pop up or something like that.
sure. All right, so they get the ball back, guys.
Oh my God, you're sleeping this close.
They do a little invert here with AJ. Let's watch. Let's look how we do it here, how we play it. AJ the man. Connor Riley, great double. I tell you, when you double someone, guys, or when you got a shot at someone, nothing like throwing a cross check, right? I mean, that's how you get things done. I mean, trying to slap something out, or, if you cross check him and stop him and then you squeeze him with the other guy, usually good things happen there. But let's go back to AJ. I like how we are, right? You got Buno here, I like 5 yards, 3 guys set up in a 5-yard. We call it radar. I'm not sure what we call it here, but 3 guys playing a zone at 5 yards from goal line extended. D-Rock and Connor Riley, or that might be Mateo. I'm not sure. I'd like to see you guys down at 10 yards. So you need to get down to this level here, right, to help the 3 guys at 5 yards. If you can cover their guys, leave this dude open, right? We're strength in numbers in tight. You guys help this crease stuff. Then we've got a guy that can show and go if needed, and we go from there. AJ, obviously good defense because you're moving your feet and you're jamming them. But I like how we're opened up. Steven, your hips are opened up. Aiden, everybody's looking at the ball and their guy. And then as he crosses over the X behind, we flip our hips. We want to flip our hips because we want to be able to see the guy in our area and then the guy with the ball. We get a nice, I think Connor does, cross check and double here.
I mean, so like we're kind of, if you could rewind it just a little bit, Tom, right when he's dodging in front of the cage, go ahead a little bit. Right there is great. Yeah, so the guy that Connor Riley's guarding, right? He's running towards the sideline, right? If your guy does that up top as a midfielder, you can show double down all day, right? And if you double down and he throws it to your midi that you're guarding up top, you can recover all day, right? If that guy's going towards the sideline, right? So the general rule is if you're Connor Riley and that guy is outside of you, you can show down, double down all day. If he gets inside of you, it makes it a little tougher.
Yep, agreed. Like Aiden, great stance here. Steven, great stance. D-Rock, I know you're running, I believe this is you. I always like to look at your knees. Are they bent, right? You want to be down in a nice basketball stance, but you want to be further down to push Steven down. Again, guys, great job. We cover it. You get the ball up and out. $17.31. Just little things, guys. If you think about club lacrosse, right? The majority, if you're playing Haverford School versus Malvern or Episcopal, whatever, you're going to see a lot more 6-on-6. A lot more organized, a lot more settled down. They want to control it, all those things. And it's not that club doesn't want to control it, but we don't have practice the same amount of times, et cetera. So what's the thing we see the most? Transition. You know, we have to do a better job of getting in the hole, right? If someone's dodging down the alley, the other two midfielders have to have midfield balance. We can't sit and watch the guy shoot. We've got to rotate up and never can get beat to the hole, right? Never. An attackman, if you see that Duraco shoots and he gets caught deep when he's playing midfield, that far attackman needs to rotate up. Then we can have three guys there to stop their transition. We played transition really well on the other end with our three close defensemen covering, you know, their transition, but we've got to stop it with our midfield balance. 1731. These are just little things, guys, right? It's not only just offense you're playing, you know, you got to stop that transition. See what happens here. But again, guys, you know, not picking on anybody. You know, we were down some guys. I know we were missing some middies. You know, Dylan, Mateo, and Tommy and Max, you guys played a ton. But, you know, this is how I do it, you know, as a defensive-minded person. I'm not looking at Tommy shooting. I'm looking at the other midfielders like, okay, who's rotating up to stop the break just in case the midi saves it and controls the rebound and gets the ball, right? So, Dylan, you're here. I think that might be Max, Mateo. You know, this is essentially a 6-on-3 down the other way, right? We got lucky with a bad pass from the midfielder to the point man. But this can't ever happen, right? So right here, you know, Max, and I forget the other goalie's name. I'm not sure if he was in or not, but this is, you know, recognize it, communicate it, execute it. So to me, it turns into maybe a 4-on-3, right? Get some hustle with Mateo and Dylan. They kind of catch maybe the other two guys. But it looks like to me, Victor's got point. Side right, side left is Charlie, and side right is Buno. We get lucky here because he makes a bad pass to this lefty and handcuffs him and he misses it because it doesn't look like Charlie would get here in time, but let's see what happens. All right, we cover it. We did this a lot, guys. Gave up transition, but covered it. But nice job. Nice job.
Slater, I got to roll, but what I would say to the offensive guys on here, if you watch Triple H, like the ball doesn't move anywhere. It's in one guy's stick. They back up, whether they're inverting or they're just very deliberate. And as coach is saying, we're definitely, you get back and forth, probably too much up and down in club and not enough settled. But if you are settled, that ball's got to move, man. You want to make the defense turn their heads. You want to make them change positions, and you want to try to go to the goal off of a catch. So you can learn from kind of they may be subbing a little bit here or something like that too. But just because you settle and you get on a 6-on-6, you don't have to play slow, right? But you got to move the ball and you got to move off ball and you got to force that defense to move a little bit. And you really want to do that almost every time unless you get something off of your transition. Guys, have a good night. Deshaun, I live in Radnor now. Where do you live, man? I'm going to hunt you down.
I saw you walking near Radnor Memorial the other day.
Yeah, I'm all over the place. I'm right by the skateboard park, man. If you ever get the inkling to, you know, throw some 4 wheels down and doing a little board, and let me know.
I'll let you know, Coach.
All right, guys. Have a good night.
Thanks, Coach.
See you.
All right, fellas. So let's moving forward here. I got one more, Coach. I got a couple. I just didn't keep track of my goal 4 and 5. Damn it. But let's see here. 23. And again, guys, this is not like, you know, me beating a dead horse here. This is just easy stuff to fix. If we fix this, it ends up being, 5-3 us. By the way, we lost 5-4. Just you're wondering. All right, so this is another one, and sorry to beat a dead horse here, but it's just, to me, it's knowledge, and then to me, it's understanding. Let's live to fight another day. If we're going to go slide upfield and try to get the ball, we have to be certain we're going to get the ball. If we're not certain, drop back and play 6-on-6. That's the hardest way to score a goal, 6-on-6. The easiest way to score a goal, in my opinion, is transition, right? So if we're sliding upfield, we're giving them transition if we miss the ball. Just watch here. So right here, Max, we're going through it, recognizing the situation. It's a 5-on-3, probably turn into just a 4-on-3. Usually that one guy will just hang back. But if you see our three guys, part of it was Duraco was playing midfield, and we would invert him at times too, Durac. And sometimes you were all the way back behind the goal if we turned it over, and then you got to try to hurry up and get back. So that was part of it. And again, Charlie, nice stick there. Let's watch it again. But right here, guys, Mateo, Tommy's got this guy, right? The defenseman here. You're here, right? You got to get back, right? There's no sense in doubling this guy and moving upfield because your guy's here or here, right? And the other one, I think, D-Rock, you might be here. So our attackman got to understand that, or Rye just got to get upfield before we turn that over a little bit more.
There. You don't want to hit it with the stick.
So boom, we get caught.
Got to check you for ticks. Peace out.
Again,
all right, you guys got 5 minutes. See ya.
Guys, hit mute.
Guns
If
over your
whoever's
head.
got
Put your
volume
guns
on, hit mute.
You don't get ticks on you.
So Charlie, you come off this left pipe, and we kind of cover it because Buno slides over and Coolin, you're kind of holding here. We got lucky, but we stop ball. They give it to the point man. He skips it through to the lefty, and Charlie makes a nice partial nugget there and bats the ball down. Good hustle in, Charlie. And here's our other turnover.
But Tom, let's just stop there if you would.
Yep.
So, guys, Roman.
Yeah.
What's the best thing that happened to you in the last couple days?
Last couple of days?
Yeah, what's the best part of your day in the last couple days?
Probably ending school.
Ending school?
Yeah.
Yeah. What's your favorite class?
Math.
Oh yeah, I'm a math
Probably
teacher, man.
algebra too.
Yeah. Aiden, what happened to you good in the last couple days?
Hey, what are you doing?
I got my driver's license today.
Oh yeah. What do you have to? You live in Delaware?
Yeah.
You have to you have to actually go on the road and get your license, or you just take a track course or something?
We had to take
It's a parallel park. It's parallel park.
Yeah, we had to, but not today. I did that a while.
Yeah. How about you, Mateo? What happened exciting in Delaware for you?
Nothing much.
Yeah. What's the best part of your day? What's the best part of your day the last few days?
I don't know. Playing lacrosse, I guess. I've been playing lacrosse a lot. Working out, I guess. I don't know. But
What's your go-to drill? What's your go-to drill?
Shot on the run or just a step-down shot.
Right on. How about you, Max? What's the best thing that happened to you in the last couple of days?
I don't know. I did pretty good on a math test. That's about all.
What math are you in?
Algebra.
Yeah. What topic are you guys doing right now?
It's something. It's like something like with like graphs.
Are you doing like lines, parabolas? Are the lines straight or are they curved?
They're straight. It's like giving like two numbers and like predicting like what can happen. It's like something weird.
Hey, you're doing like line of best fit or something.
Yeah, it's that like probability.
How about you, Rock?
Yeah, I did get on a math test as well.
Yeah, okay, all right, get on. I know I'm a math teacher and stuff, but tell me something exciting, man. Come on.
That's it,
Like,
really.
Tom Slate's on here. We're not talking about math all night.
That's the only thing.
That's it?
Yeah.
Deshaun, can you spice up the conversation for us, please?
Come on, Tommy boy.
I've been throwing the football at Radnor Memorial. That's the best part of the day.
How's the Radnor football squad looking?
This year, a lot of talent. We're looking pretty good.
Are you gonna get a lot of touches?
Hopefully.
Yeah, right on.
What are your thoughts on
Victor C? Go ahead. Sorry, Tom.
Tommy? You think football's coming back? What are the coaches saying over there?
Well, it's like that June 4th. I had a meeting today. June 4th, like Wolf is supposed to say something.
Uh-huh.
And it's like good news. I think we're gonna go in like small groups and like throw around like position wise.
You guys aren't allowed to have huddles, though, right?
Like, what do you mean huddles?
You can't have huddles, man. It's like too
No,
close together.
no huddles right now. 6 feet.
Yeah.
So
You gotta
like
call plays
77.
from the sideline.
Yeah, and I think like starting like I guess if like Wolf like puts us in the yellow, I think we're gonna like start doing like 10 people in the weight room at a time, and then like a rotation or something like that.
Gotta roll.
Yeah, cool. How about you, Wilsey?
Boys want to say goodbye to you.
See you guys.
Thanks, man.
Wilsey, come on. Jeez.
Nothing.
Spice up the conversation. Huh?
Nothing has happened to me in the last couple of days.
How about you, T Slate?
Nothing, Coach. I'm just trying to take it day by day here. I'm, going a little bonkers, but trying to teach myself and keep the knowledge flowing.
Yeah.
Bert,
You know who flew over Annapolis yesterday? Blue Angels.
Blue Angels, yeah.
Yeah.
You saw them in Philly.
Even though they're Navy, they're still like kind of studs, right? Yeah.
The Thunderbirds, did they do it too? The Thunderbirds and the Blue Angels?
We don't let the British into Annapolis.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah. All right, yeah, cool guys. All right, thanks for joining. And kind of like what Tommy was saying, we're gonna get back after it hopefully, and it's gonna start off in small groups. Whether that number is like 10, and we're gonna do like a shooting day, and then we'll do a defensive day, and then we'll do goalies on the side. I don't know what it's gonna look like, but that's probably gonna, if we do get going again, that's probably how it's gonna start. Something like that in small groups. So Tommy, I'll bring a football. All right, you can run some routes.
Sounds good, Coach.
Yeah. All right, peace out, guys. All right, have a good
Later,
night.
fellas. Take care, guys.
Tom, you want to
Thank
stay
you.
on here?
Yeah.
Thanks, Coach.
Big coach.
Later.
Later.